Hello, welcome. My name is Lynne Catoe. I have my master's in counseling. I'm a counseling intern. I am also a yoga teacher, a meditation guide, and a priestess. And I want to welcome you into this space. Today we're talking about sensitive beings, and I like to really incorporate all of the aspects of what I do into this space and bringing in yoga and mindfulness with psychology. So I'm really excited to share this with you. Before we begin, let's take a moment to just center ourselves into this space together. If you are operating any machinery, driving, or need to be present for anything, please keep your eyes open and take this in however you can. Although if you are able to, please close your eyes and join me for this. You can always bring your hands together in our Namaste Mudra, which is honoring the divine light within yourself and honoring the divine light within others. So please feel free to join me. Bring the palms together, thumbs close to the heart, roll the shoulders back, slight lift of the chest, slight tuck of the chin. Let's take an inhale together, closing the eyes. Exhale, release it out. 3 more. One more deep inhale, grounding from the sits bone all the way to the crown of the head. Exhale, release. And just gently open your eyes, coming into the space. So the reason why I like to talk about sensitive beings is because in my body talk group and my work I do a lot of work with body issues, eating disorders, and one of the main threads that weaves through for everybody normally who has any body image issues or eating disorder. Now, if you have a body image issue, it doesn't mean that you have an eating disorder. But if you have an eating disorder, it's also connected to body image issues. So I want to make that clear first of all. But having any issues with, we'll just focus on body image because they tie into both. And although it's not that I'm taking away from any eating disorder issues. But whenever we're coming into that space, there's something in the body that has happened to trigger it to not feel safe to share, not feel safe to speak our truth. And it happens through different places in the body depending on things that were silenced for us if we are a sensitive being. So I'd like to bring in the chakra system with us as we go on this journey. So just follow with me if you can. So the chakra system is there are 7 chakras we'll focus on, and they start from the base all the way up to the crown of the head. The chakra system, if you're not familiar with it, is a subtle energy movement that is in the middle of the front of the body and the back of the body, meets right in the middle of your entire body, and it stems all the way up. It connects from your toes all the way to the very top of your head, and there's different ones and they all represent different things. For this particular conversation we're having about sensitive beings, we're going to connect to the first chakra, which is the root chakra, and then we're going to connect to the throat chakra. So starting this whole process, the best way to actually see and learn, and I use this as the foundation of when we begin to go into work of understanding any body issues, is where's the foundation? Where's that sensitive being? What has caused or not caused that? And if you aren't a sensitive being, maybe some of this will connect with you in other ways. So I invite you in, and the first way is to ask the questions. Some of the questions are, did you fit in your community? Did you fit in your family? Did you feel that you were able to vocalize and share your opinions and your thoughts? Did you feel free to express yourself? Also, other ones are, did you feel as though if you spoke your truth, it would harm the structure of your family? Did you feel as though if you said something about how you felt that it wouldn't be understood? Were you also highly aware, highly sensitive of maybe the interactions amongst the family dynamic or a community you were in, that maybe someone said one thing but you felt something different from them? And when you tried to express this, no one knew how to talk at your level or understand where you were at. Did you feel highly aware of things going on in the family dynamic or in your community? And when you wanted to express it, you knew even non-verbally that it was not allowed. So just maybe contemplate some of these different things, and they can come up in different ways. These are just a couple examples, a few, but maybe if some of them you said yes to, we can connect to how this might feel as being a sensitive being. So how this can affect the throat chakra is that if we feel as though we can't speak our truth, maybe when we go to speak, we feel this tightness and we feel, oh, like gulp, I can't even speak, or we get that shaky voice. We're trying to express ourselves. We feel as though we can't sing and express certain parts of ourselves. Scared to tell someone how you really feel. This can all trigger into this throat chakra, because maybe at some point you were told not to speak your truth. Maybe you're told it was too much. You're too much. You're too much. You have too much to say. You don't just listen. I know for me growing up, I was always told to be very reverent and to be quiet. And I was not that way. I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of things I wanted to understand, and that wasn't encouraged in the environment I was in. So maybe just check in with some of those type of things. And then how this relates to the root chakra, which is your foundation. This is the very first chakra, the first chakra we always start with when we work through the chakra system, is it represents life, survival. This is the roof over your head. This is being nourished with food. This is being taken care of. This is very primal. Eating, pooping, waking up, sleeping. It's all of those things. And when those are not met, this is where it can lead to other areas that we haven't been able to understand, or we get stuck there. So what happens in this place, because it has to do with food, all of our food issues are connected to the root chakra, the first chakra. There's other addictions related to it, like gambling, shopping, trying to consume, hoarding, any of those things that we're trying to connect to any type of survival. Maybe spending too much money, maybe fear of not having enough money, so we spend a lot, which is gambling, or over shopping, shopaholics. There's different types, but we're going to focus more on the food ones. So not feeling as though we have been nourished. Maybe we didn't feel like we were fed enough, and fed enough not even just through food, the normal, the apple or the tangible food, but maybe being fed emotionally, or being fed physically through hugs and contact. And this has a lot to do with mirroring. So this part of your phase in life starts from when you are in your mother's womb until you are a year old. So this has a lot to do with mirroring and your parents interacting with you. And if those needs weren't met, this is where things can happen. And it can happen from maybe your parents argued a lot when your mother was pregnant, or maybe there was an absent parent, a father, or maybe the mother did not keep you, or maybe there was just a very traumatic labor. It can be all sorts of things that can cause trauma into this space. Maybe after you were born, you weren't mirrored, you weren't understood, you weren't taken care of in the way that you needed to be taken care of. So it can come up in different ways. But the beauty of the root chakra, this is your survival and the ways that we connect to this part of us. So the first step when we realize we are a sensitive being, and maybe we never had acknowledged that, or maybe we knew that, but we didn't know that it was okay. It's great. You're sensitive. I love it. Join with me. I'm very sensitive too. I was extremely highly intuitive as a child, and in the environment I was in, that was not safe. It was not safe to be intuitive. The things that were going on and secrets that were being kept, it was not the place to be sensitive. So I had to learn to shut it off, and my ways of dealing with it were not exactly healthy or natural for me to progress and evolve into the person I want to be now. And so just working through those past things and understanding, where was I silenced? Where did I understand that me being sensitive was not okay? But now I love that I'm sensitive. I love that I can connect with people, but I have to learn how to protect that energy, and I have to learn how to protect myself. So the first step is always to get grounded. So the root chakra is connected to the earth element. So getting grounded in the earth, whether that's hiking, I'm lucky I live by the beach. I can go for a walk on the beach or jump in the water. Gardening is really good. Finding ways to nourish yourself by creating and making your own food. Maybe you garden and then you make a lovely meal from that and really nourish yourself. Those are really great ways. There's also different types of mantras and meditations you can do. I'm going to guide you through one right now, and so feel free to join me in this. And if this is resonating for you, please comment here and let me know what you think, and we'll continue with this amazing mantra that you can do anywhere, anytime, and you don't always have to close your eyes to do it. But for us to get grounded, let's find a nice, comfortable seat. Let's close our eyes gently. And back into that breath we began in, breathing in deeply and exhaling out deeply. Just starting to feel that base, starting to connect to your hips, your pelvis area. This is where that root chakra lives and breathes. And it goes all the way down through your legs, your knees, calves, your shins, your ankles, into your toes and feet. Connect to this lower half of your body. Feel it nice and grounded, and maybe notice if anything is coming up for you, if there's any blocks, tension, or tightness. And just breathe into that space. Really honor it, however it's showing up for you. We'll take a few more rounds of breath here as we start to center in and get grounded. Feel that anchoring in with your breath, holding you there, supporting you. And one more round of breath. And I will repeat the mantra for you as we connect to this beautiful place of feeling grounded and feeling that you deserve to be here. You have a sacred contract to be here in this space, here and now. On your next inhale, I will repeat for you, I am. And on the exhale, here. I am. Exhale, here. Inhale, I am. Exhale, here. Inhale, I am. Exhale, here. Inhale, I am. Exhale, here. I am. Here. I am. Here. I am. Here. I am. Here. And take time to repeat this to yourself with your breath. And start to really feel it. Feel that conviction of you are here and you are meant to be here. And there's a reason why you are here and now. And take up that space. Own that space. And with your voice, repeating it maybe out loud with me now, so we can really connect into that throat chakra. I am here. I am here. I am here. And notice the tone of your voice. Is it soft and subtle, or is it loud and taking up space? There is no right or wrong way to do it, but just see how your body's reacting and how you can open up that throat chakra and connect to that base root chakra. We'll repeat this 3 more times. I am here. I am here. And last one. I am here. And hold yourself in this space and really connect to it. Feel that grounding, keeping the eyes closed. Start to feel how maybe this base chakra is opening up a little bit more. You're feeling a little more grounded, a little more foundation. And maybe notice how you're feeling in that throat chakra is opening up. So the ways we can open up the throat chakra is through singing, through chanting. There's this beautiful research done that if you are doing chanting or opening up that voice by singing or however you like to open it up, that you are now connecting to turning on and off your parasympathetic nervous system and your sympathetic nervous system, which allows us to turn on stress and off. So there is this beautiful biology connected to this part of your body. So just noticing, maybe you feel a little bit more open to communicate. I am here now, and I'm meant to be here, and I will take up space, and see however this rises up for you. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath before we move out. And just see if in that base area, if you've been able to release and let go and connect. And 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Feel free to stay here a little longer if you like, or if you're ready to join me, you can gently open your eyes. I want to thank you for taking your time to connect with me. Please feel free to add any comments, concerns, anything that you have, and I highly, highly appreciate you, and I invite you, you sensitive beings, into this world and see how that shows up for you. Namaste.